Indian cities are dense. Only 1 in 12 households has a car, and even without a amount of cars, its cities choke with traffic congestion. India should be the perfect place for rapid transit to thrive. And yet, for decades, it only existed in a single Indian city, the Kolkata Metro, opened in 1984 after political meddling and technical challenges left it significantly delayed and over budget. So when the Indian government began planning for a mass transit system for Delhi, India's national capital territory, they insulated it from political interference and hired international consultants for technical assistance. The result was a truly world-class system that opened in 2002. As it rapidly expanded to become one of the largest rapid transit systems in the world, it sparked a wave of similar construction across the country. In the following decades, India would go from 2 metro systems in Delhi and Kolkata to 17. But this genuinely impressive expansion comes with a significant caveat. Not one of these systems has reached its projected ridership. And while that alone doesn't mean these systems aren't successful, it does mean that billions of dollars invested are reaching way fewer people than planned. But there is significant demand for public transit in India. So where are these systems falling short? The crux of the problem is that urban transportation in India is very fragmented. Each transit mode tends to be run by completely different organizations, and between each mode there are separate fares, no free transfers, and very little integration of any kind. And the differences in quality and cost between them also mean that they tend to cater to entirely different demographics. Take Delhi, for instance, where the most expensive metro fare is more than double the most expensive bus fare. This difference in cost means that, according to a 2019 study, lower income groups need to spend at least 20% of their income to commute via metro systems in major Indian cities, far above the global benchmark for transit affordability of 10 to 15%. So affordability alone outright excludes a significant portion of the population from riding metro systems. But even when affordability is not a hurdle, getting to and from the metro station is. Pedestrians make up the vast majority of road users in urban India, and yet they navigate an environment that prioritizes the movement of motor vehicles, with broken or non-existent sidewalks, a lack of usable crosswalks, and unruly traffic. But using another mode of transportation means paying a separate fare, where the lack of integration can mean a frustrating transfer experience. Commuters can experience a safe, clean, world-class commute on the train, but the moment they exit, they're faced with a handful of unappealing choices. This is the paradox of Indian infrastructure today. The world-class infrastructure it builds most often caters to a narrow demographic of the middle and upper class. Just beyond the walls that separate them from the surrounding world sits the decades-old infrastructure for the vast majority of the population. It's the dramatic difference between India's many world-class airport terminals and its railway stations. Why shiny new metro trains glide above aging city buses. Why cities tout their new urban highways and bridges as pedestrian infrastructure remains virtually non-existent. India has built more rapid transit in the past 20 years than the US has in half a century, complete with world-class features like automated trains and platform screen doors, an incredible achievement by any measure. But rapid transit is only as useful as its surrounding infrastructure allows it to be. If India's investments stop at the metro systems themselves, their transformational benefits will only ever reach a select few, leaving the rest living as if these systems never existed in the first place.